Hi Cadres, welcome to Technokite and Educator. Our today's topic is lofted boss space. In this video, we are going to learn about start and end constraints. This video is the second part of the lofted boss base video. In the first part, we have learned about the guide curve and centerline parameters. Those who have not watched the first part of this video, please go to my channel and you can see the video there. Also, hit the subscribe button. Okay, so let's not waste further time and head towards SolidWorks. We are in the SolidWorks 2019 video window. Click on New, double click on Part. For loft command, we need to create two profile sketches. We will create a first sketch in the top plane. Let's create a circle. We'll change the dimension to mmgs. Edit. You can do exit sketch from here also. Let's go to features, create a plane. For the reference, we select top plane. The distance between the plane is 100. That's okay. Sketch, double click. Yeah. We will give the diameter as 25. Exit the sketch. Go to features. Go to lofted base, boss base. Select both the profiles. So you can see the preview here. Go to start and end constraint. The start constraint will be the first sketch you have selected, and the end constraint will apply to the second sketch you have selected. Suppose you want to interchange both the start and end constraint, then simply click on sketch 2 and move up. So now the start constraint will be applied to sketch 2. I want to, yeah, I want the end constraint to be sketch 2. So let's click on OK. So we have created loft, but let's now look further. We will select the start constraint as normal to profile. Yeah. What normal to profile does is that the starting curvature of the shape of the loft will be normal to the profile. Okay, we will select normal to profile and the end constraint also. Now you can say that the shape is perfectly perpendicular to the end towards sketch 2. Okay, so this is the working of a normal to profile. Suppose you want to increase the degree of straightness of the curvature, you can do it from here. This profile sketch 2 is our end constraint. Suppose I increase the number here, you can see the curvature is shifting downwards. Yeah, you can do the same. Suppose you can do the same to the start constraint also. Yeah, this is how you control the shape of the loft, but it is not uh, yeah, it is not desirable in the professional work. We need to create the curve using the guide curve because it controls the shape of the loft in a perfect manner with the exact dimension. So this is just yeah. Now we will head towards the direction vector. Since our both the sketches do not contain any line or any linear type of sketch here, so we can select plane, but by selecting the plane, what will the loft do is create the same shape as that of normal to Yeah, this normal to profile option. It will create the same shape of the loft. Okay. Now suppose you have a linear profile or a linear sketch or a line. So let's try that also. Okay, double part in the top plane, 50. Now in the second sketch we will draw a rectangle. We will first create the plane at 100. That's okay. In this sketch option we will create a center point rectangle. Here we will give the dimension as 25 by suppose suppose 30. Yeah, let's exit the sketch. Now we will use the direction vector. In the features, go to Lofted Boss, select both the profile. Yeah, go to Start and End Constraint tab, direction vector. Here also direction vector. In the start constraint means in sketch 1. Yeah, we will select the direction vector here. Suppose we select this line. Okay, we have selected this line and we have selected here as none. Yeah. So what the loft command will do is that it will adjust the shape of the loft according to this direction vector. Okay. So you can see if I increase, it will be more aligned towards the line we have selected as a direction vector. So this is how the direction vector works. If you want to increase or decrease the angle, you can do that from here. Okay. And one more thing in the loft command that is remaining is that this apply to all checkbox. If you uncheck this, where- let's it's not visible in this direction vector. So let's go to normal to profile and here also normal to profile. Yeah, we have unchecked the checkbox here. Yeah. So at first our settings was applicable to all the points on the profile sketch. Now suppose if you uncheck this, it will create a variable shape here. So now you can increase or decrease this, yeah, by clicking on arrow and increasing on one side or decreasing on the other side. You can create a variable shape. Okay, so yeah, so we can see it has created a variable loft shape here. So I think that that's all in the loft command. uh, yeah, one more thing to say is the thin feature. Means if you just click on OK, it will create a solid part. Now suppose if you want it to be hollow, you can click on the thin feature here. Where is it? And here we'll again do the same. Select both the profile and click on the thin feature. Yeah, we'll, we'll create, just click on it and click on OK. So now our part is hollow. So friends, that's all for now. That's the whole about the lofted boss base feature. I will see you in the next video with the different features, suppose a script or a boundary boss base like that. Okay, so stay healthy, stay fit, and good day.